Hey everyone, thought I would do another video here of a game. Just had a little bit ago. Very tilting in many aspects, but went ahead and trudged right through it and carried it. 1v9 at the end, as you'll see. It was a very difficult game. We come back without spoiling, but I'll be putting it in the title of this video anyways. But from everything down, just having the Nexus up, we were down 9k gold and still manage to squeak this one by. So I will go ahead and let it play out. I try not to pause as much this time either. So like the last time I had a very long video, try to be more educational about it. So coming down here, I noticed my virus isn't with me, but I'm still going to try my my little tech here, throwing a bubble into the mid bush, see what I can catch with the first strike. They don't leave the tower, which is fine. And with my ADC on here, that's okay too. Throw it in there, I scout, move over. When I see him actually get into vision here, if Morgana's in that bush, she's going to throw a Q at him. So I'm just... Luckily, my E was ready for that. He tosses out a his AoE ability on them. They get mad and call it rude. The Morgana does. It's fine. Get a little poke off on the Jinx there. Sorry for my loud chair. Hopefully I can record this without being disturbed. And it's not really a whole lot, but we are going to be very soon overly camped. Their Cho'Gath and Karma come down quite often into our lane. All right. So, heard the kids. Sorry, I had to send them on their way. I mean, literally, it's every 15 minutes if I don't let them know to stop. And even if I tell them, they still come up here and bother me. So it's really hard to record games or, heck, even play. Right now, there's not much going on, so it's fine. It's just a bunch of small trades back and forth. We are pushing in. We get a good trades off on them earlier. I think, yeah, I got rid of all of her potions already, but my virus had taken a bunch of hits too. So I see that 3 minutes is coming up. I go ahead and put a ward in anticipation of the jungler coming over. We are slowing it down. At least I'm trying to. Varus wants to keep going though. Keep it pushing in. Not very smart. I don't know why ADCs do this. Push it, crash for the third wave, and let it bounce. Stop. Just let it go back to your tower. So that when the jungle comes, which is around this mark after the third wave, they usually they don't have an angle to gank with, and you're a lot safer. But ADCs I get all the time do it the opposite. Luckily, Cho'Gath is not ganking, so it's fine right now. Our Scion died to Mundo along with a Yi. Master Yi went to go gank top. That's going to be the story of the game for a while. Unfortunately, Yi's going to just constantly gank top, and it's not going to do much, and the Scion is just going to die over and over again instead, despite the amount of help he gets. Cho'Gath is now ganking us again. Luckily, I have my Q. He still gets hit, but he has to use his flash to get this hit. He gets hit there, he dies, so... Instead of playing it safe here, he decides to push up. I'm going to see if I can mess with the Cho'Gath. Unfortunately, my Varus, I go up, so I live. I'm going to push without my support, knowing that the Cho'Gath is there, and he dies. I don't get ADCs. Just let it push into you. You could have just stayed right under the tower and been perfectly safe. Unfortunately, that's not what he does. Very typical ADC. At least he's not blaming me for that, because that's what normally happens. Is I'm going to deal with wards, trying to figure out what's going on with the Cho'Gath. There's no reason for us to be there. Just let it push. But they blame me because they want to push. They have to push. He doesn't even get that CS. I'm trying to push this down here. The Jinx is really dumb. Same thing. She should have just left instead of stopping her back. Just go back. I don't understand why they can't do this. Luckily, with the gank and them leaving and Jinx low, because she's low and didn't go back properly after the push, she could have been contesting this dragon. Again, ADC is being dumb on both sides. They do have vision of it because of that. And I'm trying to make my way over, but really can't. I don't have any mana. Actually, no, I can't make my way over. The Viger does not roam at all. I don't know why they just didn't go on the dragon there. They should have. Except for the Jinx being very low. He does dodge the Morgana Q, which is nice, but he's going to get hit by the binding here, and then the knock up, and then just going to die again. We do get the trade kill on the Morgana, so there is that. I come back into lane just in time to land my snare and combo on her, and Varus does get the kill there. No, actually, I had to get the kill. My bad. Jinx went ahead and went back, and the dragon is still there. Yi goes back to farm in his jungle. They did go up the top again to do another gank. He does get the kill on Mundo on that gank, but Sion also dies. So, as I said, it becomes kind of the habitual thing. They're doing it again top as you look on the mini-map. Yi is heading up there. I think there's nothing happening. But Yi just constantly on this Mundo. Uses everything. He even uses his ult. There's no reason for it. You're not going to get a kill. Mundo's going to... There's nothing they can pressure. This is just idiocracy. I get a bind on Morgana. We're just poking again. Trying to deal with vision. I come out here, I see the Cho'Gath, and I got to run. Barely missed the Q. Saw him flash, had to flash. They have a ward in that bush. And Cho'Gath's just not leaving. He's just going to sit here and play on the bot side, which is the correct thing to do, especially with dragging up. Something my jungle needs to learn how to do. Most of my jungles never do this, right? I missed the bind, but got the bubble on Jinx at least for some damage. Just more poke and harassment. My Varus just wants to push. It's fine. Push back. Let it bounce back. At this point, Cho'Gath went top, and we got everyone here. To get a ward over there. And since they have no vision, they're not reacting. Cho'Gath takes Void Grubs, and we take Dragon, which is, in my opinion, a better trade. We could have had Dragon already, had Yi been playing for bot side instead of top side. We could have actually had both of these. And then Sion's going to come down over here. Just make a drive-by, not do anything. Nothing really happens. You can see on the ground, on the bar here. Keeping Jinx out of the action there. Just delaying the E. I see Varus land the ult. I try to get my ult off, and times really all I had, but she lives with her black shield, which does kind of suck. Varus is up on gold. Neither one of them are healthy enough to really contest us at this point. I'm up on gold. Varus is up just by 200-ish, not even that. Viger's a little bit over that. Our jungle's up a little bit. Just our top is down. So the total is 400, but it's anybody's game at this point still. They have killed us more on bot lane, and then top lane died a few times, but we've managed to keep the CS up and going. As you can see, Varus is ahead on CS. I'm helping out with that a lot. I noticed the Vygar's dead from that last play. And so I am on the gank from the Shogoth. So I'm running down mid to pick up the wave here. Get a good catch on the Karma, but there's not much more I can do than that. Just don't have the items and the damage yet. I saw that pop. Managed to dodge the Morgana Q. This is one of those things where I know that they're waiting for me in that tri-bush. I meant to go a little bit further. They see that it hit the blast cone, but they don't know exactly where I went. This is me being a little bad here, and not respect a little bit what they did, but they flashed onto me. He finally makes it over to bot lane, and between him and Vygar, as you can see, they're going to clean this up. They both die. There's not much they can do. They were already low health and used everything on us, so it is what it is. It's not a gank, it's cleanup, so top's not going too well still for Sion. 1 and 3 now. Yi finally coming bot, gets a couple kills, and now he's back in it where he was not. I mean, he was okay on goal, but now he's got a good lead, which is where Yi needs to be to actually be doing well. If he doesn't have a lead, he just doesn't do well in this game. This point of the game, if I'm coming out, I'm looking more towards mid. I start heading that direction usually, unless it's obviously nothing to do there, then I'll hit bot straight away. But if it looks like my ADC can survive for a little bit, I head mid, trying to exert some pressure there, and then make my way back down the river to the bot side. Trying to make some plays. The Jinx does some good dodges. Karma's here this time. As I said, there's always someone in this bot lane for us. Because Karma's there. That was a good set of chompers. I had a flash, and then I was like, oh, crud. I might have been able to get out if I didn't do the ult right there. That was kind of my mistake. If I just kept running, I'd be okay. I thought we might be able to make a turn there on a kill. Definitely my mistake there. I mean, Varus was going to get caught, but it was a... again, another gank. So, Varus, I mean, at least he's traded at this point. He's 0-4 and 4. I'm 1 and 2. Both of my deaths were kind of my own fault so far. However, Yi should be pathing bot here. And he is. He should be looking to make a gank at this point. We're up. We're healthy. I'm clearing out wards, but instead it's not Yi, especially with jungle dragon up. It's Shogoth. I dodge everything, get some nice movements there, still land a bunch of stuff. I get a hit on that Morgana. Lee does get the dragon because Shogoth rather come on us. Again, they're ganking us and trying to secure before getting dragon. He's just sneaking dragon. He sneaks it, which is what it is. I'm not a fan of junglers that do that. I'd rather secure the lane and then go back and get the dragon when it's safe to do so. But It's just this thing, especially Yi, Master Yi junglers, have to sneak the dragon. Just to prove that they're better, I guess. I don't know. It's a weird thing about Yi junglers. A lot of junglers do, but specifically Yi junglers. Almost every single one of them does this. Graves is another one that does that too. Graves mains and Yi mains have to sneak dragons. Have to sneak the bigger objectives to prove something. Just some poke. Nothing much. It wasn't good at anything. I knew I was going to back after this. So sometimes I'll just toss up my ult if I'm ready to back. Either on the way to push it or see if I can get some extra damage before I leave. I was able to buy Ludens. That's the reason for the back. And the wave was pushed in, so good time to back. He's making his way up for Herald. He's got another kill on top against the Mundo. And somehow I get the kill return on. If you actually look on that real quick, I'll do that. I had them both lined up with the Morgana flash. I'm going to leave her right here. She's very low. Can't get at her. She flashed out of the ult. She was going to die on my ult if she didn't die right there with the Varus. So that was going to be a death anyways. He had died again, trying to take Herald. And we didn't get the Herald again. He tried to sneak it and dies. So, gave away a big shutdown onto Cho'Gath there. He has to flash for safety. Actually, kind of a bad choice to put Herald there. But he's going to back up. I'm going to get the tower because there's two of them. You want to use Herald while pressuring multiple lanes. You usually want to Herald by itself while pressuring. Again, Karma's came over. She's ganking bot for no reason, and I face checked that bush without checking with my E first. If I put a E out there, I'd have been probably okay, but I just get blasted in the face with a empowered Q. Kind of sucks. 1-3-1. We're managing to maintain gold parity. I am a little up on the Morgana, but the ADC, because the ganks just jinx a lot, she's gotten ahead now. Both on CS and kills. The mid, get the kill there. I just barely get the ult off as I'm running back from base. I don't know how that landed, but mine didn't. That was very odd when I was thinking about it. Still damn thinking it's kind of odd. I usually try and scout bushes with my E. That's what you do with Lux, so you don't face check everything. Yeah, I was a little pissed off at E. Been pissy at him at this point for not coming bot at all. He hasn't ganked bot side at all. He's only ganked top. He has gotten kills on Mundo, but besides the 2 kills they got on bot side here, the rest of them has been on Mundo. And it just doesn't do anything for Mundo. I don't know what the point of that is. Still don't, even watching it. You don't slow down Mundo. It's just a dumb choice. Use my E to scout. We are trying to set up for Dragon that's coming up here soon. My Varus decides to back, which is really annoying, so it's a 4v5 here. I'm just trying to do any kind of damage. I had to flash out of that. They're by themselves. I should just ran. I'm coming back in to try and help out a little bit. But literally everyone's dead at this point. Varus is now trying to come in. And, yep, that's that. A very bad team fight. Varus back in at that last moment. Actually, kind of curious if he backed with any help. I'm not going to go back. It's fine. Varus is getting run down here by the Mundo. He manages to make it out just fine. And they take the first Inferno Drake after we've had the other two being snuck by Yi for the most part. He's going to get his camps taken. I'm ready. Truth be told, I'm ready to give. I think I've done a FF after this. It almost went past. 2 people said no. I don't know who said no, but I did say yes. I think I actually started. I was ready to give up. And it's not looking particularly good after that fight. I'm even on gold. We're behind, just bot lane. We've been camped so bad that we're just behind on gold. Tavares is kind of He's overly tilted. He is not even all that much ahead. He's just where he shouldn't be. And Varus is going to die again. This is really just dumb on Varus. He's just tilted and playing where he shouldn't be. Sion is definitely behind. Yi's weakly even. Vigar's ahead. So that's the only good saving grace at this moment is Vigar. But it's a Vigar. It's not enough by itself. Her turn back there is very sus. I mean, there's a few things with her rockets and her turnbacks on that Jinx that were... Yeah, I'll just say they were very closer than I thought they should be. Just dealing with vision until that Baron's up, making sure that we got something on it. I'll be going back here in a moment to get more wards. I got Ludin's about to complete Shadow Flame, so that's good. Which put me, yeah, right there. Shadow Flame, an item over Morgana right now. She just could pot as well. She is, I mean, she's got boots, but I got a full item. She's going more utility. She's not doing so much damage. She's doing the damage over time, but she's going to get a Rylai's here for the slow. Yeah. But I do notice at this point they are building magic resist with the at least the Merc Treads from the Morgana. It will get a bit more here in a moment, so. We're just kind of hanging around. Dragon will be coming up here again. We're just kind of trying to keep him off of Baron. I'm staying mid so I can rotate. I don't know why Varus is going top while our positioning is very, very terrible so far in this game. Varus is going top. Vigar's finally going bot. We need someone to match the Mundo there. I'm dealing with 3 of them chasing me around right now. They're about to be collapsed on top side. I see them. I try and get an ult off for some damage. I see that I miss. And I'm like, okay, well, good luck, guys. Because they have 4 over there. Varus dies again. Sion. This is why Sion can go Silane. Because he has an ult to escape. I'm just poking. There's not really anything to do there. They're pinging Baron, which is what they should be doing. That got me good. That Jinx is very on when they have no vision of me. For the slow, which obviously gives vision at that point to everybody else, but they do get the Baron. I was trying to hold out to see if I can throw out an ult for a steal. If I die and steal it, that's fine. But is what it is. So right now I'm on 1, 5, and 2. We are down almost 4k gold. Varus dies again. Mastery finally comes over. Cleans up 2 kills. Just flashes blowing everywhere. I get my Q ults and kill them. So now that gives me a 2-5-2. That's 1-5 and 2. And this is a little bit of a turnaround. We do get this Inferno Dragon here from their overstay. At their Baron, they should have reset, and they didn't. And they were still lower in health. We just came back from base, just bought what we had. So, yeah, that goodbye. Vygar's, like I said, doing okay. He's now got a good 1.2k gold lead. He got a lot of gold there from those kills. So where he's only a couple of hundred above Cho'Gath, now he's about 1,500, I guess. Our Varus is very far down, and so is our Scion. And I finally got above Morgana with those plays there in mid. It's the helping on killing the Cho'Gath. Or killing the Cho'Gath, I should say. Had a cough there. I'm trying to flank or see a flank angle. This is what I don't get. She has no vision of me. But she threw that there like she did. It was very odd. So, we have cut back of a little bit of gold. Obviously, I see that they do that. I was on a ward. Managed to get away. They were trying to collapse on me. If he gets access to their backline, we can prevent Cho'Gath from peeling for them. That's basically how we do it. I see the Scion, so I'm making my way over there to see what I can do. I flash to get this Morgana. Works just fine. She flashes, but doesn't do anything with it. Cho'Gath really wants me. Get my Q off, but doesn't really matter. He's going to die anyways. So, 2, 6, and 4. Got a couple assists there. I consider that worth it. I'm still feeling like we're behind, and we kind of are. That kind of caught us back up in gold overall. Cho'Gath. Mundo comes over and kills the Vygar. They just overstayed. That's a lot of this game, overstaying. Both sides. Mundo's just taking down towers. The items look like right now. They got a little bit more gold lead on us again. But again, most of that is what already had the gold lead, right? So now Vygar and Yi are the ones with the gold lead. I got a small one. And the other two are significantly behind. Puts us about equal as a team. Positional wise, we're in a worse position though, because they still have their tier 2s and we don't. We just have this one. They're trying to get this outer tower. Nothing's up right now. We should have collapsed way sooner than this. We don't. So it's good to deal with the vision. Scouting out with my bubble. Kind of got wars on all of our bot side here. We're pinging that everything's basically kind of Dragon and Baron is both coming up here in the next minutes. I went back, bought some wards. No, I'm trying to get back. Guess we don't really go back. Vigar backs to try and stop the Mundo push. And this is not going to go well for us. Yi does catch the Morgana. Completely whiffs the Var Assault. Yi can't go in if Cho'Gath can actually peel. I get some damage off. Mundo, unfortunately, teleports in and backlines us. Scion dies. He does get away. But this should be their dragon. I would have barely missed. That's so odd, our movement right there. No vision. He goes in, dies, trying to sneak it, or steal, I should say. Not sneak it. If he doesn't flash there, he dies. Because the ult will proc the current passive on, he'll take damage. And Vigar dies, and yeah, it's looking terrible. 2, 6, and 5. I'll add one more assist. We're now down 3k gold. They're about to get Baron. About to get Dragon. That's their second one in an Inferno. Sion's TPing bottom. Try and push that while they're doing Baron. That's fine. Take Baron. We are down about 4k gold. They're going to get on the sound here, which is fine. He's pulling off pressure, but all he can. He's just going to ult out. It's okay. I'm playing with Jinx in the middle here. There's not much I can do with her buff, with her Baron buff onto the minion, because I just really don't do a whole lot of damage to the Baron minions. I did get a Void Staff. I went for that third. Depends on what I see the enemy team pick up, but because I see Merc Treads, 2 beefy guys, I have a feeling they're going to get. I got anticipation of them getting magic resistance, which they don't have yet, but they will. I hate not having it when they have it ready, right? Because you really don't do damage, it really feels bad. So now I got a Void Staff. So I think I'm going to get the Sork Boots and then start building for the Rabadons. And yes, the game will go that long, as you can see down here in the timeline. They just took our inhib tower. We still haven't taken their outer tier 2 towers. They're pressuring us. I can only see the Cho'Gath, so I'm having to play a lot of front to back. But it is distracting the Cho'Gath, and it is allowing the Yi and some of the other ones to get through. Sion's getting flanked. And then he dies, and he dies. Really terrible. No idea what these guys were doing. None whatsoever. We're trying to hold off now the Mundo from the inhib. He's going to take it. Puts us down 5k, going on 6k gold. Do some damage. He's just going to hit ult and run. Doing Mundo things. So they take inhib, our front line, and our main damage dealer is dead right now. So we're just trying to hold it and wave clear against Baron minions. It's not very easy to do. Mundo's just wrecking the base. I have to give out the side ones just to stop the Nexus from going down. Luckily, the others come up. I want you to check out this. They're going to get everything. Our whole base is now gone. All towers, all inhibs. 34-minute mark. We do have a a dragon advantage, just barely. But we are down 8k gold. It's going to get a little bit worse here in a moment, as you can see. But we'll finally start turning around. I just dig deep after this point. I don't know what Scion is wasting his ult on there for. No one can follow up with that. That's just what I see. I mean, he's 1 in 7. I'm 2, 6, and 5 still. Vygar's 3, 5, and 3, not doing well. The only one's got any kind of good KDA is the Master Yi, and he's just cleaned up on the squishies. So, showing the gold difference. He's barely above. 4k gold difference down on the Scion. I'm only a couple hundred over the Morgana still. 5k gold difference on that Jinx. She should be carrying. Vygar's below the Karma. It's just overall looking terrible. Like I said, we got no base to speak of. Really, they should just come through. Sorry if you hear the kids screaming. They do that. Dragon's coming up, which is what everyone's prepping for. Nothing we can do. We got to deal with double super waves coming in. Yi wants us to go in, but really just we can't. They just take dragon. That's their third. That could have been bad if Mundo taken a different angle on that blast cone closer to me. He does flash and kind of flashes in place. He does have his ult going. Had the rest of the team just followed, they're back here. Yeah, they still can't keep up with these two. They're looking for kills. Granted, they get the kills, they can take the Nexus because we're dead. But and Vygar is not looking good here. He just backed, and he is over here. Was dealing with a wave. So I'm going to go and let it play out. Again, we are... Yi gets 2 kills. Karma doesn't move unless Yi kill him before they kill Yi, which saves our butt right there. And we just managed to kill the Mundo. I get all my abilities off and save the Vygar with my heal, summoner heal, shield, and everything else, because he was about to die there to the Mundo. I can rewatch that one. Go back over. So, get the heal off. He's dealing with the Cho'Gath. I get my full combo off on the Mundo, and he dies. He died to the other one. Morgana's still alive. With Cho'Gath, we're just... It's a numbers advantage at this point. But we are dealing with these super minions. Luckily, we do have some wave clear. And once they leave, the Baron empowered portion of it goes with them. Scion takes all the embers. I grab a few, so now I've gone. I got a few more assists there. 2, 6, and 7. About 100 gold above the Morgana. Despite her much better KDA, I have a far better CS because I'm forced to clear waves. Making sure I'm keeping the vision out so they can't just teleport in and steal the base from behind. We do get the Nexus towers back up. Luckily, they do respawn fairly fast this season. They just don't have a whole lot of health. So, and Mundo can just face tank both of those and take him down real quickly, even without a wave. Baron is up. I'm trying to maintain vision over that for us. One of the little tricks I do is I actually try to keep a ward right off here. If they throw a pink in here, it does not hit this, but on this specific Baron, this still gives vision of the Baron, and no one looks to ward or to sweep this spot for whatever reason. So that's what I end up doing. If you ever have this triple-headed Baron where it opens up to the sides, people will sweep this one. They'll sweep in here. They never sweep this corner up here. So if you walk through and you don't see a pink, just stick it like right, I think it's like right here. It's on this corner. You get a pure vision of them and nothing won't spot that ward if they don't actively know it's there. So unfortunately I put it there as that thing went down, so they did see it. And I have to get out of there. I have to flash. I get hit by anything else and I die. They get another Baron. Just after the last one. And they basically took our base on the last one. We have made the gold even after the kills, the return kills from them playing that badly. Just the tanks ran too far forward and allowed you to get in behind them to get to the squishies. They played that as 5 earlier. We die. We literally will lose that. He's nowhere near where he needs to be. They are pushing into to our base again. And we're just poking and poking. I'm just doing what I can. Just lots of damage. I got another kill. A few more assists. 3, 6, and 10. Working on that death cap. She does buy a Oblivion Orb, but the only one that really has any lifesteal is Master Yi. And it's just not enough against him by yourself. I don't know, it's just I think it's a very bad purchase. She would have been better suited going for Azanya's instead of the Oblivion Orb and Namikana. I think this is a mispurchase by her. The Azanya's have been a much better play for a stall. This way she could be part of the engagement with her ult. As long as she starts the ult on Yi and survives through it, she will lock him down. And is definitely a misplay by her. Karma just gets blasted by Vigar at this point with those items. Yeah, it's just not even funny. I get a good bind off on this Morgana with the ult. I don't even use my ult on her. I just auto attack her since I know the passive was on her and she just dies. That was... Let me go and replay that because that was a beautiful... So we're setting up for a round the dragon. The Vigar gets the kill up there. That's great. I did put this ward here so we do have vision. Put this pink in here so she doesn't have ward at me. Varus has a good ult there. Boop, there goes my auto and kills her. I knew I didn't have to ult, so... I actually wasn't trying to take it, but it is what it is. I was trying to give it to the Varus. A good 2-man combo there. Full combo with the ults. And that secures this Dragon Soul for us. And now we're finally up. Our inhibs are back up. We got a little bit of a breathing room going on. 4, 6, and 11. Far cry from the 1, 5, and 2 earlier. Like I said, those Jinx rockets were eerily on point. And she does it a few more times, despite having no vision. And also a lot of her movements were very, very sus. I don't know. It was just odd. Luckily, it doesn't matter against the Fed Yi. He's got 5 items, so he's just basically maxed out right now. Most of us are maxed out. The only one that's not is Varus. He should have max item at 16k gold. Yeah, we're close to it. I'm not quite there yet, so I'm about to be there with the death cap. But yeah, he's still really 3k gold. But at this point, everyone is so close in power that the gold lead doesn't matter at this point. So we've kind of caught back up scaling wise. So it's just now a matter of playing to the team fights and winning them properly. Because now there's no significant advantages purse out. I got my death cap, so now I'm full build, right? 14k gold, full build. Dolmanat is, yeah, Scion's full build. So Dolmanat is Varus, and that's okay. We know that Baron is coming up again, and we are prepping for that. Varus is kind of out on his own, not part of the rotation. They're trying to cut him off. I'm trying to still set a vision. I get off. You see this? That ult through there hits all those and almost one-shots the Jinx. That makes a huge difference in this fight. Because Varus is able to Q through them and hit that Jinx. And then all of her damage is gone. She is their main damage dealer, but because of that right there, yeah, that just literally changed the game. I see the lineup, I see 3 people lined up, including the Jinx, and I just go for it. And with this full build, yeah, it's going to do a lot of damage, even just the ult by itself to a squishy target. I get a good bind on that Karma. Just let her dodge herself to death before I throw out my Q and she dies. They could get a bit of a overstay kills on these guys. Remember right? I know I'm leaving here, so I toss on my ult again. If you know you're going to leave, go ahead and throw it. But then I thought I was actually at the base. But then my team wants to do Baron right now, so now I'm having to do hold this against them, and I'm just making sure the wave stays pushed in mid lane, so you don't think anything's going on. Again, zero vision. Jinx almost steals it again. Scion moved over here and blocked her rocket right there. No vision. It's just crazy how it's been perfect for her every time now. Sorry for the movement here. So now we got Baron. Elder's going to be spawning here shortly. Need to make sure we set up for that. Mundo's going back to the split. It's probably the best thing for him to do at this point. Luckily, Scion can now finally match him. We just literally... Now, here's my mistake here. We blow up this Cho'Gath. If I was close enough to get my auto attack off in time, we would have killed him. It would have popped my passive, would have been enough. But unfortunately, he gets a bit of a health back from his E's, and then the Karma Shield saves him with his flash. I tried to flash the flash, but because he flashed. And then I do get my Q off here, although I'm about to die, hoping that they can kill the Jinx. Because if the Jinx doesn't go down here, this is probably game. She loses her... The Varus going down is not the big deal. It's the Jinx going down. So she does have a GA. I didn't even notice that until just now. But luckily he stuns her and throws out his Meteor Q and kills her. WQ. Gets another kill on the Karma. Vygar's being a beast right now. Doing very well at this point. So he's went from 3-5-3 to 11-7-6. I went from 1-5-2 to 5-7-14. So that's much of a difference we are making. Unfortunately, we are dead, but so are their main damage dealers. Now, Mundo and Cho'Gath are quite good at breaking down structures really fast, so we just have to wave clear and hold for us. We're going to be out here soon, at least I am. Just getting some extra damage and clearing the wave as best as I can. I get Cho'Gath queued. We kill the Cho'Gath because he can't get away. Mundo left him. Oh, I don't want you to see this. So what I did as soon as I spawned out of the base, the reason you might have seen me ults is because of Morgana. Right now, she's still half health and healthy enough. But because I see her next to this wall, as I spawn, I know that she has no real easy way unless she has flash, which she does. If she doesn't use it, boom, she's out of the fight. She can no longer contribute. These two tanks are on their own. So she has to just run, because that's what Yi went for down here. If she stayed here, then Yi kills her easy. So basically that isolated the two tanks by me landing that ult. And that's what I was going for. And if I killed her too, that would have been great. Coming down here, my team's pinging me off. I listened to it, although I probably shouldn't have. So I go slower. I thought I was going to die here than a Mundo. Luckily, since I broke his passive and he can't get back at it, he has to respect this Scion, because the Scion's going to knock him up if he comes on it, and then I can just kite him with the Scion, and especially with the Vigar coming over. So he does do the right thing getting out of there, but Vigar still catches up to him and just blows him up. Jinx has to flash. Jinx GA now has her flash and GA down, so she's just going to melt the E. Not really much you can do. Cho'Gath is still dead. Their Jinx is dead. Their Mundo is dead. It's basically a free Elder for us based off of that play right there.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Then we're going to have one more play here. And this is going to be funny, because it's going to be a base race afterwards. We have Elder up. They still got their towers here. Vigar does a lot of damage to those towers with his AP right now. Not exactly the best Scion ult. Again, he has done several really bad ones, but we're sieging. Vigar takes a lot of damage. I'm trying to stay in the back, so I'm not taking so much damage while still being able to siege. I get a full combo off on the Cho'Gath to keep him down on health. These are still not. This is still the end of that last place. There's one more play coming up here on the timeline. So I go back. I'm pretty much full. I think I just get a pot again and some wards. Team's up here. Pushing out waves, which we need to do. We still have 2 inhibs down from the last push that they had. It's very easily for them. If they just get together as 5 and walk down as 5 with Cho'Gath and Mundo peeling, or do we 1v4 and split with Mundo? Yeah, there's nothing we can do. But they just don't do it correctly. They don't close out the game correctly. I don't know what's going on. Try and catch him over the wall there. Make sure we have vision for this Baron that's coming up while trying to play safe. Can't be collapsed upon. You see them basically all mid. You see Mundo on bot side. So we're pinging it out. Like I said, Baron's coming up. Both sides are pinging Barons coming up. Yi does not like to hang around the Baron for whatever reason, or the objectives, unless it's something he can sneak or completely 100% secure. So here's a good thing. I am right here. This is the play that's going to make a little bit of a change. I'm going to catch this here in a second. I'm going to chunk them out, basically. It's not spectacular, but it is a bit of a chunk out. He was trying to sneak the Baron. Again, I don't get it. They see him, they come over. We're still hitting the Baron. I don't know why. He flashes over, and I get... Once I see vision of them, I blow up this Karma and do a lot of damage. Then they're forced to focus on me. This Cho'Gath just comes straight for me, along with a Mundo. Because I did this to the Mundo and the Cho'Gath, I locked him back. Mundo can only kill on me, and I'm surviving him. The rest of my team has cleaned up the fight here. Mundo realizes if he tries to fight me by himself, he might kill me, but they lose the game. So he's going to ignore me at this point and just run, which is the proper thing. The proper thing also, what we do, ignore the Baron. He's got an open inhib with a wave pushing. So he's going to go run bot. He's the fastest one to clear, and the rest of us is going to go up here and keep Mundo off. That's literally all we can do. Mundo can take this fast. And this is going to be very disgusting. I pop off his canister, and we managed to kill him. I missed my ult there, though. It's whatever.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
And then he just finishes it up. And that's game. So, continue here. I end up with 69,000, almost 70,000 damage. The Vigar does well. I actually do more damage than the Master Yi. More damage than their entire team. The one that out damages me here is the Vigar, who, at the end, I will give it him. Yi I still wasn't super happy with. He was still playing a Yi that I don't like, but it's what it is. Hope you guys like the video. Having a good night.